Mitchell from GB Productions, and this weekend, while Greg is off enjoying himself at the Berlin Klassik, I'm going to a wedding. So I thought, why not do something for the channel for the drive up and do a bit of an economy challenge. So I have my 2017 Cruze here. I'm about to make a 700 kilometer trek up to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and we're gonna see what fuel economy I get. With this car, I should have no trouble making it on one tank of gas. So yeah, you can sit back and enjoy the time-lapse footage of my GoPro camera showing my path as I make my way up there. And I'll check in with you guys every once in a while to tell you guys how I'm doing. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get it down to at least 5.2, if not even better. The last big drive I went with this car, I was able to get 4.8. It is the 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine, the LE2. There is a diesel version of this car that's made as well, which would probably get even better fuel economy than this one. But without further ado, let's get going. So just a couple little points here that I didn't necessarily specify in the introduction. So the first thing I did was, as you can see in the video here, is I went to a Shell gas station and put Shell V-Power gasoline in it. This gas at the time had no ethanol in it. Today it does now because of change in fuel regulations in Canada. But in August 2022, when this was filmed, you could still get V-Power with no ethanol. Ethanol is good in some ways in that it has octane increasing properties. Disadvantages in other ways is mainly that it's less dense than just gasoline, so it does lower your fuel economy a little bit. So being able to take advantage of a non-ethanol fuel, like I was in this case, would increase my fuel mileage by about 5%. So the second point is that it was never in doubt that I'd make it to Sault Ste. Marie on one tank of gas. I know this car can do at least 800 kilometers on a tank. The goal here of this fuel economy challenge was more so, how low could I get the average fuel economy gauge in the car down to? So on previous drives I'd managed like as low as 4.8. I was going to see if I could do better than that, or, you know, match it. As I said in the intro, I was hoping for around 5.2, mainly because I had never made this drive in one fuel tank before. I had gone to Sault Ste. Marie multiple times in the past, even once in a first generation Cruze. But on that drive in particular, we didn't make it there in one tank, although we probably could have just barely got there. So I was curious to see how much I'd have left in the tank when I got there and how low that average fuel economy would be. One final quick point I'm going to make is that I know there's going to be a comment about why I'm running 91 octane, and I'm just going to give a quick answer here, and that is simply that this car prefers premium gasoline in general. I know the manual says you can run it regular. I ran it regular the first couple years I owned it, and it was very sluggish in the summer, and the easiest fix to that has been to just run it on premium gasoline, and that pretty much solves all the problems in terms of sluggish, knock, whatever. The other reason I alluded to at the start, and that was the increase in fuel mileage. I would have made it either way, but theoretically I should have 5% more in the tank when I get there than I would otherwise. So just one final quick thing. Of course, this is a fuel economy challenge, so we're going to use your standard hypermiler rules, so to speak, and that's basically using your brakes as little as possible, using your throttle as little as possible, keeping your speed as smooth and steady as possible, your RPMs as low as possible. The only kind of difference from those rules is that I'm not following the exact posted limit, and the only reason I'm not doing that is because I don't think I would survive the drive up there if I was doing the exact posted limit. Instead, I drove around the speed I'm comfortable at, which I know for this car won't affect fuel economy much so long as I'm below 2,000 RPM. I am in an automatic, so there is some limitations to how much fuel I can save in a hypermiler scenario. Anyways, I think that's enough exposition, so enjoy the rest of the video. I'll have little updates here and there as I did the drive, and yeah, that's about all I got to say. So, my first little update here. I'm about, 2/3 of the way to Perry Sound, and first 2 hours on my drive in, the car's been great. My fuel economy so far has been 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers after 200 kilometers almost on the road. And so I'm pretty happy with that. Could be a little bit better, but what are you going to do? So now I'm going to carry on up the 400 here towards Sudbury. Not sure when my next update will be, but yeah, car's been great, making good time. Quite a bit of traffic there in the first hour and a half of the drive, but since then it's been good. So yeah, let's get back on the road. Alright, so another update here. I'm making my way north still. I'm just outside of Sudbury. And the fuel economy is still good. The car says I have a range of 671 kilometers. And my fuel economy so far for this trip is 5 liters per 100 kilometers. Which is respectable. Can't complain about that. So yeah, that 15 kilometers of that Highway 69 stretch I just did is brand new highway. Just opened like December of last year, so that's nice. Eventually the whole way there between Parry Sound and where the highway started will be converted to a freeway, but who knows when that'll happen. It was supposed to be done like last year originally, so anyway, we're gonna get on our merry way here and continue heading, we'll be heading west now shortly as we get closer and closer to Sudbury. Or closer and closer to Sault Ste. Marie. According to this, we still have another 3.5 hours to go, so we're getting there slowly. Alright, so I'm here taking another break. I've made it to...
Make a U-turn, then turn left.
I've made it as far as the Serpent River, and I'm now 2 hours away from my destination, or 180 kilometers, and I have, I believe, just under half a tank left, so I'm doing well. No worries about me making it or not, but I've done about as well as could possibly be expected for fuel economy, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, these last couple hours are going to be the worst because we're so close now, and yeah, I'll let you know when I get there and wrap things up. Oh, and one last thing. Sorry about the bugs on the windshield. Yes, I didn't clean it before I left, but it is Northern Ontario and there's been quite a bit of bug splatter since I started. So it's just something that you have to deal with. It sucks that there's one splatter that's right in front of the lens. I have no idea what the footage looks like yet. I hope it doesn't focus on that. But if it does, I guess this video will never see the light of day, so there's that. Anyway, thought I would just acknowledge it. Alright, so I made it to my destination, and I'll show you guys the fuel economy. So 696 kilometers, 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers, quarter tank left. It says I have a range of 332 more kilometers. So yeah, it went well. Car did great. That's some pretty good fuel economy, I would think. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. So if you like this video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna do more challenges like these in the future. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Peace.